definitely we're not supposed to meet up right now, but of course, SmurfPoster27 and Xavier meeting up in winners semifinals, switching with the Ken so far. Okay, I understand the pick.
I can see the value. Like, a lot of times Mario can interact with Hadouken extremely well, with both fireball clashing, caping any sort of Hadoukens as we maybe get a headset check, or both players. I mean, Smurf.
They heard the music going on in the background. They're like, nah,
not this.
Can't start the set like this. Not when you're semis.
We do not enjoy Freeze Easy Peak here.
Awful.
Isn't this Freeze Easy Peak? It's a Spiral Hill.
It is. I think it's Spiral Hill.
I'm just lying on. I'm lying on camera. I'm spreading misinformation on the internet.
Yes, I love spreading misinformation. Okay, no, but like you said, I like the Ken pick here, considering that Mario can deal with the Hadoukens very well.
Right.
As the Shakunetsu too, which SmurfPoster uses a lot, right? If you have a tool to deal with that said Shakunetsu, Ryu goes from like having a decent matchup to like, like that. You take away like half his game plan. So Ken, his game plan is much more aggression oriented, right?
Yes.
He still uses the Hadoukens, but not as much.
Yeah, he's much more centered around jump in there. He's much more centered around like playing into the scrambles and playing into the mix-ups and forcing you into situations where, into almost checkmate positions, where if you're going to try and block a whole lot and disengage, then Ken is a lot faster and can chase you down. And if you're going to try and jump around and play with Ken's mediocre airspeed, that's where Shoryuken can just obliterate your stocks. What? Oh,
they're just naring and jabbing at each other, dude. This is the epitome of Ultimate.
We're just playing the game. We're just keeping safe. And that up air connected past Ken's forward tilt, and he almost died for it.
Golly. Yeah, I love the way that Xavier approaches this. Obviously, like, I've had the pleasure of going to school with this guy, so I've casted a lot of Xavier.
Shout out to TCNJ.
Shout out to TCNJ, the College of New Jersey. Anyways, so the way that Xavier approaches this character is a lot of like, I'm gonna fish for these 0 to deaths at the lower percentages, right? Because Mario can do that. But once we get to the higher percentages, he has a really solid neutral. He uses a lot of those fireballs, spaces a lot with the back air. But of course, SmurfPoster playing fantastically at the ledge right there.
Going into the roundhouse from the parry. Super nice. A ton of parries from the ledge here.
All right.
Instantaneously, kind of downloading the timings that Xavier is going to look at. I like the mix-up there from Xavier. Take a beat on the ledge, then go into the neutral get-up. Give SmurfPoster nothing as he starts trying to parry, but getting caught with yet another roundhouse kick. And SmurfPoster taking the first stock and looking to get a whole lot more in there. No jump, but enough to get back to ledge.
Yeah, I've seen SmurfPoster a couple of times, and I think the one thing that stays consistent with this player is how well they play at the ledge. Like, playing so patiently. Obviously, we make the jokes of Shoto's just mashing down to that ledge. But, like, honestly, like, he puts so much more into that of just playing so patiently, waiting for his opponent's options, obviously finding those early parries on Xavier, and then just waiting for him to pick an option. A lot of people don't realize you can just wait. Waiting is broken. Waiting is broken.
He's just sitting.
Can we nerf waiting?
I don't think that's possible there, Momo, but I certainly wish we could. Oh, getting into the car cancel on the down smash. Looking, and just waiting and sitting in center, utilizing the fact that Shotos have, well, I guess all the FGC reps have the best backdash in the game, arguably, because of auto turnaround. You just get to step back to center, play with that stage control, using the proximity jab as well to anti-air. Finally, the stock gets taken, but just simple B&Bs have been all that SmurfPoster is needed, and he still is threatening the crazy stuff, waiting for the Shoryuken to pop.
Oh yeah, Xavier though trying to get back into this game, opting for the up airs there. Oh, finding a decent amount of damage. Again, the big parry. SmurfPoster has been calling Xavier's bluff on every single area he's throwing out right now. Someone please get him off the ledge. Finally, he finds that down throw. But golly, I am sweating over here.
Mario players mashing at a hit stun. So, what are you going to do when you come to a character or a player that just presses buttons and whenever they get hit?
Oh! Okay, all right.
Hopefully you don't get into put into positions like that where you're forced to play disadvantage in the air. But SmurfPoster's just positioning on the ground has been amazing, as shown by yet another down tilt into roundhouse.
Oh
up
my God.
SmurfPoster finishing off that game number 1 with a follow-up he had yet to go for. A lot of his follow-ups have been very much focused on the 2 pieces, not extending further with stuff like the Tatsumaki. Instead, it's been a lot of like down tilts into roundhouse, lingering forward tilt into back air, like simple stuff, like easy and clean. And when you're able to then try and convince Xavier that, okay, playing on the same plane is not the move. I'm going to instead take to the skies and jump over with this ledge jump, with this down air. That's not right either. and you spring it on him at the very end. SmurfPoster absolutely earning that game 1 in very clean fashion.
See, the thing about Mario, too, is that
Not even needing
Mario
a coach.
does very well in a lot of matches. Obviously, like the short range that he has to be able to get in with fireballs and find a lot of damage from those ladder combos. The thing he really struggles with is big disjoints and characters that are really good at scrapping and meeting that energy, right? SmurfPoster playing the epitome of that with this Ken and using those little, that small bit of this one he has is in like the down tilt we're seeing from him, the down smash with the car canceling, right? The up air, as we saw just there, playing just out of Mario's range and using that parry on the last second hits, playing absolutely fantastically and seeing, catching those jumps very well, saying like, yo, no matter where you go, I am in your head. If I'm Xavier right now, I'm like, yo, what do I do at the ledge right now? What do I do?
The fact that SmurfPoster has really been showing off not only the, having Ken's hitboxes last longer, concerned about that one, but with stuff like forward tilt, for instance, with stuff like down smash, you're able to get all of this reward in those scrappy situations, as you're mentioning, Momo. But then he's sprinkling it in with, oh, I'm aware that this combo, the way I hit it, isn't 100% true, so I'm just going to flash shield here and wait for Xavier to kind of fall into something that I know he wants to do, which is land with something like Nair.
Oh yeah, and of course he's playing super well defensively. As we said there, the big smash rocket still not going to take that just yet. Looking for those Hadoukens. Nice reflection! Oh my god! What an interaction!
If that was true Shoryu, he would have exploded. But both players are still on, at least for the moment, the back air trading, or that was a forward air trading with the Nair, but not going to quite do it yet. Looking for a back air, looking for a roundhouse. SmurfPoster just trying to set up for the same type of positioning, but Xavier now using that up B out of shield a little bit more to answer the pressure that SmurfPoster has been coming with.
Xavier looking for those cheeky stocks there, not going to find that cape just yet. Looking to close stock. And of course, SmurfPoster getting a little too aggressive, trying to anticipate that approach from Xavier. Of course, Xavier with a big punish with the up smash.
Trying to call it the dash, the roll away there with SmurfPoster, kind of pressuring on the shield. Seems like Xavier is a whole lot more comfortable just holding shield and waiting to see how SmurfPoster interacts with it, whether it be with down tilt, back air, whatever the case will be. He is playing a whole lot more patient, and that little breather that he took is certainly paying dividends in between these sets, as well as a little help from the coaching, because right now he's got an 80% lead and climbing. Is this your stock?
Oh,
not yet.
Yeah, catching the air dodge through the second up air, opting for the super jump punch. Very good stuff from Xavier. And using that very well out of shield, saying like, hey, I'm going to take a step back here and let this Ken come to me. I have the options out of shield to punish this character. Already putting him to over 130%. Flood charging up there too. Look for the punishment. Nice air dodge from SmurfPoster. Recovering high again. Xavier's been punishing the low recoveries a little too much.
Wrong way on that forward tilt. Kind of unfortunate there, as this forward throw won't do it, but it does force the Tatsumaki. No edge guard, though. When you see a Tatsumaki from that deep, normally you can challenge that with some sort of aerial. And Mario back air, certainly great at it. And if you let a Ken survive with rage, that is your stock gone at 100 flat. And you only have yourself to blame there, Xavier.
Yeah, very unfortunate right there. But SmurfPoster are doing a fantastic job of throwing out those singular anti-airs, right? And like you said earlier, when realizing that you can't get those longer combo extensions, just keeping yourself on the ground. A lot of Shotos can't do that. SmurfPoster are saying like, oh, let me take a breath a second. Just take a breath. But oh my God, Xavier immediately firing right back with that game.
Yeah, Tatsumaki is the way to edge, is the linchpin in terms of edge guarding Shotos. Oh, trying to extend off the downer, you land another one and no jump to be had. 85% in your gaunt SmurfPoster, pivoting. So 9 times out of 10 there, and it's in the previous or in the earlier game and the entirety of game number 2, it would just been like forward tilt into back air, reset. Forward tilt into down air and then waiting to extend and calling out the jump with another down air. Those are some tricks you keep in your back pocket. Twice now, SmurfPoster showing off something on final stock that Xavier flat out wasn't ready for.
See, like, you see this play. It's a nice change of pace where from a lot of these Shoto players, right, we see their play of just like the really flashy, long extended combos, right? That can get a lot like the Vendettas, a lot of different players, like the Kanokas.
The Kanokas, the Andres.
Except players like that, right, who do really good at said combo game, right? We see a different side of the coin with SmurfPoster, right? Who's his defensive game, the way he's able to call out options from players and realize like, hey, I'm not going to find a lot of this, but instead I can go for this 2-hit combo and then get you even more scared, right? You think, what am I going? Which option are you going to pick this time? Am I going to come up there with an up air into short Yuken? Am I going to sit here on the ground once again? Am I going to parry you once again? These parries, absolutely fantastic. And Smurf Poster,
so good.
oh my, like look at this call out, man.
Yeah, reading the up B even, trying to break the combo with Xavier instead, but still, like just so well played. Played Ken like Ryu, just very much on the ground, a lot of back and forth, a lot of waiting and playing around with burst range and like controlling space. But the fact that he not only SmurfPoster played the ground game really well, not only did he play the parry game really well, as you were mentioning, but also like just controlling negative space was so well done from him, because he never committed to any like crazy burst options. Just would sometimes like, all right, I'm gonna walk forward a little bit, and I know you're worried about all of the danger that comes with when you're in Ken's immediate vicinity.
The Ken zone.
When you're in the Ken zone, you are in like your stock is in danger regardless of percentage. And SmurfPoster just used that to completely dominate the floor and force Xavier into more and more uncomfortable positions.
You know, and honestly, that makes this winners finals that much more interesting. We have two players here who play exactly like that, who use their character's strengths to make you scared into picking an option.